Path. The line joining the successive position of a moving body is called its path. The length of the actual path between the initial and final position gives the distance traveled by the body. So distance is a scalar. So whenever a body is going to move from one point to another point, along which path the body is going to move, if you are able to measure the length of that actual path followed by the body, it gives you distance. So for distance there is no need direction, we need only magnitude. So that's the reason distance is a scalar physical quantity. Illustration. That is north direction, so definitely this will be south, this is east and this is west. There is a man who is walking. So if you see, the man has walked towards east 5 kilometer and 2 kilometer. So what is the total distance traveled by the person? The distance traveled by person is 7 kilometer, because along which path the person has traveled, we have to measure the length of the actual path followed. Here you can see the person has traveled towards east 5 kilometer. After reaching that point, again he came back to the original initial point by traveling again 5 kilometer. So what is the total distance traveled by him? Towards east it is 5 kilometer, towards west it is again 5 kilometer. So total 10 kilometer. So no need to consider the direction for distance. Displacement. This is another term. Displacement is the directed line segment joining the initial and final positions of a moving body. Simply we can say the shortest path traveled by a body from initial point to final point is called displacement. Remember, always a displacement is nothing but the straight line between initial to final, because always the shortest path between 2 points is a straight line alone. So it is following direction, so it is a vector. Illustration. Again same north and south, east and west. Now here again I am going to consider the same example. Let's suppose that the person is walking towards east for 5 kilometer. And then 2 kilometer. Now this is the initial point and this is the final point. That is the shortest path. So see the straight line. So the displacement is 6.57 kilometer in the direction shown by the arrow. Now here the person 2 kilometer is traveling towards north. Now if you consider the second example, the person is walking 5 kilometer towards east. After reaching, again he came back towards west to the initial point. Now the person has reached where he started. This is the initial point and that is the final point. So will there be any straight line between those two? No. So the displacement will become 0. If a body changes one position x1 to another position x2, then the displacement delta x in time interval delta t is equal to t2 minus t1 is delta x equal to x2 minus x1. So change in position is always represented by final position minus initial position. Conclusion about displacement. The displacement is a vector quantity. Vector means it has both magnitude and direction. The displacement has units of length. How length is going to be measured? It is measured in meter. So displacement is measured in meter alone. The displacement of an object in a given time interval can be positive, 0 or negative. The actual distance traveled by an object in a given time interval can be equal or greater than the magnitude of displacement. So this is the relation between distance and displacement. That means which one is more always? Distance is always greater than displacement. And distance can be equal to displacement. But distance will never be less than displacement. Remember this. So S is always greater than or equal to S bar. Here S is distance, S bar is displacement. The displacement of an object between 2 points does not tell exactly how the object actually moved between those points. The displacement of a particle between 2 points is a unique path which can take the particle from its initial to final position. Unique path means straight line path. The displacement of an object is not affected due to the shift in the origin of the position axis. So even though you're going to shift the position, the displacement value will never change with respect to the change in or shift in origin. Now you can see distance A, B and C. The ball has been moved in a different way. That is displacement. So if you measure the actual path followed by the body, that represents distance. But if you measure the shortest path between them, it represents displacement. So distance is a scalar, displacement is vector. Distance traveled by a moving body cannot be zero, but displacement can be zero. Already we have seen in the example. What do you mean by scalar actually? It is a physical quantity which has only magnitude, but there is no direction. Example, length, mass, time, speed, energy, etc. Whereas vector means it is a physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction, and also it should follow law of vector addition. Remember this. Then only we can call it as a vector. If even though the quantity is having a physical quantity having both magnitude and direction, and if it does not follow law of vector addition, it is not called as a vector. Example, current. Current has both magnitude and direction, but it does not follow law of vector addition, so it is called as a scalar element. Example for vectors are displacement, velocity, acceleration, momentum, force, etc. Speed. What is speed? The time rate of change of distance of a particle is called speed. Simply distance by time. The formula is V equal to S by T. I already mentioned that V represents speed, S represents the distance. Note. Speed is a scalar because distance is a scalar. Speed is either positive or zero, but never be negative. Speed of a running car is measured by speedometer, which you can see in your car or bike. Speed is measured in either centimeter per second in series unit or meter per second in SI system. And kilometer per hour, which is a practical unit. It does not belong to either SI or CGS. And the distances involved and time involved are very large. Uniform speed. What do you mean by uniform? See the name itself, uniform. Uniform means same, equal. A particle or a body is said to be moving with uniform speed if it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, howsoever small these intervals may be. Now there is a car moving, and at each second, at each hour or at each minute, if it travels equal distances, then the car is said to move with uniform speed. Variable speed. A particle or a body is said to move with variable speed if it covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time, or equal distances in unequal intervals of time, or unequal distances in unequal intervals of time. Any case is possible. However so small these intervals may be, then it is called as variable speed. Now you can see how it is going to vary its speed. Average speed. So whenever you are going to travel from one particular point to another particular point, definitely in real life we can't move with uniform speed. So we have to travel with the different speeds at different instances. So whenever you want to calculate the total, with what speed you have traveled, you have to say average speed actually. So when a body moves with variable speed, the average speed of the body is the ratio of the total distance traveled by its total time taken. So total distance by total time is nothing but average, or V average equal to S total by time total. If a particle covered the first half of the total distance with a speed A and the second half of the distance with speed B, then what is the average speed? This question is a very important question. I am giving the formula directly. V average equal to 2AB by A plus B, or simply we can say 2UV by U plus V. In the same way, if a particle covers first one-third of a distance with the speed A, second one-third of the distance with the speed B, and third one-third of the distance with the speed C, then the formula is 3ABC by AB plus BC plus CA. Please remember this formula. Instantaneous speed. When a body is moving with variable speed, the speed of the body at any instant is called instantaneous speed. Instantaneous means at that particular point. Suppose you are traveling from one particular point to another particular point where you are halted for drinking coffee or tea. Now, if I just ask what is the speed at that particular instant, then what do you have to say? Zero, because you are at rest. That doesn't mean that your average speed is zero. So instantaneous means where I am going to ask at that particular point, you have to determine what is your speed. Position time graph. So position is taken along y-axis, time is taken along x-axis, because here time is independent but position is dependent on time. Always remember that whenever you are going to draw a graph, independent should be taken along x, dependent should be taken along y. Now this is for stationary object. What do you mean by stationary object? The position of the object does not change with respect to time. Just like I told you, mountain, building does not change their position. So at each and every time interval, you can see it represents the same position. So a line drawn parallel to x-axis will represent stationary object. Second case, an object in uniform motion. So as the time increases, the position also increases equally with respect to time. So that the body is said to be in uniform motion. You remember the definition: equal distances in equal intervals of time. Non-uniform motion: unequal distances in unequal intervals of time.